Bitch, I had to stop the video.
No, you didn't. You
Yes,
wanted
I did.
to stop the video.
I had to. Sorry. What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I had a great weekend. The only problem was that it was raining. And I mean, it rained a lot over the weekend. Saturday I had a chance to go to the Cheesecake Factory. You know, I went there for a little brunch. But I was mad that I went to the Cheesecake Factory instead of the Grand Lux Cafe.
Yeah, my friend said that she didn't like the food. You went to the one downtown?
Yeah, I went to the one downtown. She didn't like it. It was good. I mean, I ain't had no problems with it, but I wish I was at the Grand Lux.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their food is good.
It's better. Like their breakfast, you get more of a selection, and it's more popping than the.
But Grand Lux is all the way in Cherry Hill.
Yeah, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I was going to go there, but see, I forgot.
How? Let me ask you a question. You know, it's always interesting to me. You just said you were going to go there.
Yeah.
I love how you said that.
Yeah, I was going to go.
You don't have a car. How are you going to get
there? Call Uber. Ever hear that?
Oh, okay. You want to pay that just to go have brunch?
No, but see, the thing was, I was seeing one of my old co-workers who I haven't seen in a couple of years. And, you know, she was like, you know what, it's time that we do something and we go out and hang out. So I was saying, well, we should go to the Cheesecake Factory, but I was thinking Grand Lux, but I said fucking Cheesecake Factory. She was like, well, you know, it's one downtown, and I was like, oh, damn, like, I forgot. So, of course, I remember Grand Lux Cafe while we were sitting in there eating. Right. But, yeah, I mean, it was still good to catch up with her. I've been on my little frustrations, and, you know, she was letting me know what was going on with her life. We had a good time. And then Sunday was real fast for me for some reason. It went by like that. I went to go see my friend Ryan preach yesterday. He preached at Oak Grove Baptist Church at 21st and Cambria. And they had this young ushers and, you know, what's that? Usher, they had like the ushers little
anniversary?
Yes, 66 years. And, you know, I went, you know, it was nice. You know, they had a few technical difficulties. And, you know, when somebody is not singing right, you still act like they're killing it. And that's what went on. And so then Ryan got up there and preached, and Ryan did a fantastic job. I was like, yes, Ryan, you better fucking preach. Like, seeing regular Ryan versus Preacher Ryan is better than regular Ryan, even though they're the same people or God is speaking through him. So I had a nice Saturday, and then I didn't watch the Housewives. I really stopped watching the Housewives. I really don't.
Housewives of Atlanta?
Yes.
I love this season.
This is so funny because last season you were here for it.
And you know what? And I told Kevin I love it so much because it's like it's grown up but petty shade. Like, I love the fact that they're throwing it's a lot of shade being thrown.
Even the editors are heard of being shady.
Not even just with it's not even more so fights, it's just shade being thrown. And Nene is alright. So this season really got me to like Nene because, you know, I was not a big fan of Nene's. I really like her because the shade she's throwing is hilarious. I went to go follow her on Instagram the other day, and the day after I followed her, I unfollowed her.
Why?
Because I don't have time to keep seeing her posting pictures in that closet or whatever closet it is she keeps posting, telling people to buy this and buy that. I don't want to see that. I want to see her being Nene, not promoting shit like that. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe,
so I unfollowed.
What about her Instagram stories? Did she have one?
I didn't go on there. Let me tell you some, Kevin. Once I get uninterested, I'm uninterested. And I unfollowed the very next day. I said, you know what? It's better. This relationship is better with us not following each other.
All right. And by the way, how was your weekend?
I had a good weekend. Church was really good. Yesterday we had communion. It was a really good service yesterday. I got to see so on Saturday, my pastor wanted the church to come out because he wanted to show the film The Shack with Octavia Spencer and Tim McGraw, and I forget the main actor's name. It's like it's a movie, and it's based upon this man. It was a tragedy in this man's life, and he's really lost his faith in God, and he's trying to figure out why God would allow something this tragic to happen to him. And it's just a really, really good movie. So I kept saying I wasn't going to watch it, go to my church and watch it. I was going to wait to watch it at home. But I went, it was like a movie day at church. My pastor had got this big flat screen TV for the church. It was really nice. Like, they had food and everything. It was really nice. By the end of that movie or before the end of the movie, I had tears rolling in my eyes.
In there crying.
Because it was one, and I posted it on my Instagram, and so many people were commenting saying how they saw it, and they all had the same reaction. But it was one of those things like, first and foremost, I feel like in order for you to really and truly understand this particular movie, The Shack, you have to be in touch with God. Because you're not going to understand. If you don't really know too much about what's going on, if you don't really know too much about the Bible, you're not going to understand. You're not going to really understand the different characters. You're not going to understand the little small things that are said that, like, people who are saved and believe that they would pick up on. Like, you're just not going to catch up on it. And yesterday during my pastor's sermon, he touched on a lot of the stuff from the movie, and it was just really, really good. And the crazy thing about it, y'all, for those of y'all that saw The Shack, and for those of you that are now watching 7 Seconds on Netflix, as I'm watching 7 Seconds on Netflix, I keep drawing back to The Shack because they had a similar tragedy, and the mother in 7 Seconds is reacting the same way the father in The Shack react. Oh,
yeah, but don't get nothing else.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good.
7 Seconds.
Yeah, but The Shack is a really good movie, and it came out last year. It was in theaters last year. Really good movie. I kept saying that's not a movie I would go. I don't want to see that. But after watching it yesterday, I mean on Saturday, I was like, everybody, you have to see this. If you're a Christian, if you're a believer, you have to see this because it is so.
Is it really long?
It's a regular movie. It's like 2 hours. It's not. I mean, but again, for those, if you're not gonna. If you're not a believer, if you don't have a relationship with God, if you've never been in this type of position or predicament where you question God or whatever the case may be, you're not going to understand the movie. You're just not. And I just feel like it's such a good movie that because there's so many little things that are being said. And it's like you have to have that relationship with God in order to understand what's going on. And you have to. And I remember having a conversation with Michelle. One day I came home from work and she called me and I was just in my car and I told her and she said, "Why are you sitting in your car?" And I said, "Well, Michelle, every day when I come home from work, I just sit in my car before I go in the house. I just sit for about a good 10-15 minutes. I just sit and gather myself." But I don't know how we got on the topic of questioning God, but she had brought it up and she said, "Mikhail, it is so normal for those of us who are believers to question God because, we are still human and we are still of the flesh and a lot of things happen that we just don't understand and it's such a natural reaction to question and say, why would this happen or why would he allow this to happen?" And it was a good confirmation, hearing it from somebody, another believer. But this movie, I was just like, There's just one scene in the movie. Can I just say this real quick? It's one scene in The Shack where the guy, he hands something over to Jesus. And I think for those of y'all that saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about? Where he hands something over to Jesus and then Jesus takes. It's just like, oh my God. And that's the part where I broke down. I was just like, I can't. It's so good. It really is a good movie. I will say this though. It starts off a little slow. But once the tragedy happens, it picks up and then once he meets God and all, it's a really good movie.
So if you haven't heard, it's called The Shack.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check it out. So I'm going to start this off by giving out some shout-outs to some new sponsors to the Scorpion Show. First, I'm going to give a shout-out to Darcia Calmer. Next, I'm going to give a shout-out to Kenneth Murkison. Shout-out to you, Kenneth. Let me turn my phone off so no more interruptions. Give a shout-out to Netta R. S. Haddad, who has re-sponsored the Scorpion Show. And shout out to Janice Eileen. I know you, Janice Eileen. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. Shout out to those who have sponsored the channel. If you have not sponsored the Scorpion Show channel and you would like to sponsor us, look for the sponsor button located on the video. It's $4.99 a month to sponsor our channel. This Wednesday, which is February 28th, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we are doing a live stream, sponsors only. So if you are a sponsor to the Scorpion Show, you get a chance to chat with us live and call and talk to us. And then that way, won't be too many people calling in, and you'll be able to get through so you can speak with us live, one-on-one. Also, I want to give a shout out to Lovely T, who's on YouTube. She recently did a video about Kai and T.S. Madison breaking up. And she posted a clip of our show onto the video explaining, well, it was Mikhail explaining why he doesn't want to work with other YouTubers, and she agreed with him. And you know, I was just glad to see us on her channel. I know she's been what's to all this noise? She's been around a long time. We've been around a long time. Now, the way she does her editing, I ain't got the time for all of that. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, and I see that she's doing it. So shout out to her. And she always got the tea. She always have a lot of videos. So if y'all have never heard of her, head on over to her channel and make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. And shout out to those who subscribed to our channel based on her recommendation of our channel. So y'all know we are coming off one of the best videos we made in a long time. And I want to just give a shout out to Jose Cuervo because it was just National Margarita Day. And, you know, I just say, we're going to have some margaritas today. And I was like, I know Mikhail don't drink, but I was like, I'm going to let him get some. And, you know, he got some. And then he got some more. And then he got some more. And then the fun just kept rolling on the show. And I really, really enjoyed myself. And I didn't have a hangover the next day. I was able to edit. I banged out 2 videos. And I was just ready to go. So just shout out to everybody who loved that video. Y'all don't know how many messages I've got about that video. Messages on Twitter, messages on Instagram, messages on Facebook, text messages.
Why so many
Y'all
messages?
really loved it because they really loved the video. I mean, I guess we must have been putting out some sleepers because they was like, bitch, this is the funniest shit in a long time, or I've seen in a while. You know how they do. But at least they let us know. So
well,
shout out. I'm just glad y'all loved it. Yes. And if I could put this Monique thing to bed, I need to put this shit to bed. Because I feel, bitch, don't do that. Not today. Because I like singing, but I don't want to sing her parts. Or that song, okay? Because that song is sad.
Remember, what's the name?
You had
And they started
to,
singing.
yes, bitch. And that whole church, bitch, was yelling. And, not yelling, but bitch,
Yeah.
they couldn't. They're like, bitch, y'all gonna play this.
Because we had talked about at the house a few days earlier on what songs to play for the slideshow, and that was one of the songs we said we weren't going to play because we knew what the reaction was going to be, and he turned out and still played it anyway. Somebody said, "Oh no, bitch, I'm gonna show you better." I can tell you.
Yeah, all I heard was sniffling and crying. Oh my god, it was a lot going on when they played that song. But yeah, I'm gonna sing that song. That's what you said.
It is what you said.
I'll bring my spirit down.
You can't even find nothing enjoyable about that song. That's what I'm saying.
Gladys Knight. Oh, there were so many things that we should have said. Something like that. Time is on our side.
Time is on our side.
I'm so empty inside.
And my tears I can't hide.
All right. I hope nobody ain't going through nothing tough right now.
Sorry.
Well, hopefully watching this video will help y'all get through it. Now, I gotta get back to the Monique thing. Now, I thought I put Monique ass to bed last week. But,
Lenore, no, you did not.
yeah, she's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, she is.
Because she keeps going on everybody's show.
Nobody's never gonna hire her.
No.
Ever.
Explaining the same story.
And if she thinks Netflix is gonna give her a deal.
You know what? Now, I thought about this over the weekend. Like, I really was like, Kevin, like, what's really going on? Is Monique funny? Yes. Can she act? Yes. Is she in demand? Not really.
No.
And I think that she's having a false sense of self where she thinks that because she has an Oscar that she's entitled to millions of dollars for roles. Because she has turned down so many roles and stuff like that and hasn't done anything since Blackbird, and people keep saying, why you keep forgetting about that Bessie movie? Because it was an HBO movie and y'all really be remembering films like that.
And she wasn't
The main character.
the main character, and she wasn't. Was she even in it that long?
She was, and if she, I mean, not that long,
I can't
but
remember.
she
I
has a
remember
part.
it, yeah, but I keep saying to my, but she wasn't. I feel like these movies, other than Precious, that she keeps naming, her role wasn't as great as it was in Precious.
No.
Like her role? I mean, her role was limited in Almost Christmas.
Yeah.
I know people said that she was the one who really kept the movie going as far as her jokes and stuff, but she didn't have a big part. Bessie, I saw Bessie. I remember her in Bessie, but I just remember Queen Latifah the most. So I feel like Bessie and Almost Christmas, her roles were not as big as they were
supporting roles. She's
in Precious.
Yes, as a supporting actress at this time, and I'm just like, All right, so she's not really in demand like that. She's on tour, but you don't hear about Monique being on tour.
No.
And then when her husband Sidney keep talking about these comedy clubs, baby, comedy clubs versus arenas.
And that's what Charlamagne said.
Yes, like Charlamagne made a lot of sense. I was trying to hear where Monique is coming from, but you know what? Monique keep giving me this black power, but I've never heard her speak about anybody other than herself when it comes to being done wrong, when it comes to being black. I haven't heard her speak about other people. Monique thinks that she's like in the role of Viola Davis or Octavia Spencer, and they are currently working, and they are underpaid. But they're not being rude with saying how they're being underpaid. They're letting people know that they're being underpaid and they need to be paid their work. Meanwhile, you got Monique just saying like, I'm not working, period. I'm not working nowhere till you pay me my worth. And then, but it all ties into the Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Oprah thing. She thinks that they've blackballed her and messed up her career. But Monique is also you. It's like you can't look at everybody and say, oh, they're the problem, and you're the common denominator with everything.
Right.
Like you can't be the Tamar of like what's going on in the movie industry. Like you can't do that.
And you know, Charlamagne made a good point when he said, you know, whether these rumors about you, or I don't know if it was Charlamagne or Angela Lee, but one of them said, Angela Lee, but one of them said, whether the rumors about you are true or false, you have to admit that these rumors keep coming up about you. We ain't hear no rumors about, what's that director name or producer they keep mentioning?
Will Packer.
We don't hear nothing about him. We don't hear nothing bad about Lee Dane. We don't hear nothing bad about none of these people. It's just always you that we keep hearing something bad about. And like I told Kevin before we started recording, Monique has an answer for everything. She has an answer for everything. And if you ever heard that term or expression before, you know it's really not a good term or expression. Because I remember my mother used to tell me when I was a child, every time I used to get in trouble, knowing damn well I was wrong, but I always had an answer for everything. And that's how I feel like what Monique is. She has an answer for everything. She did nothing wrong. Everything she did was right. You know what I mean? I just feel like, and then, you know, what kind of bothered me too with watching that Breakfast Club interview was when she was talking, her husband was mentioning how when she was on the set and she would see different people being treated a certain way, how she would always chime in. And I felt like, I don't know if those stories were true or not, but I felt like sometimes you have to know your place. And I felt like you chiming into everything is not always best. Because we're taught that a lot of times at work. Sometimes if you see something being done wrong, you have to go get the proper authority. It's not always your job to chime into everything. And no telling how she was chiming in. Because of course her husband and her made it seem like, oh, she was the Superman and the superhero of the problems that were going on the set. But yet, the way she came in there and went in on Charlamagne about calling her the donkey of the day for 40-something minutes goes to show me, it just let me know that when she's on these sets, she can be a bitch. Because she was being a bitch about somebody calling you a donkey of the day. Like you spent 40-something minutes really hashing into, you were brought up a certain way, and you're from here, and I know your mother and grandmother raised you right, and I'm still trying to figure out why you called me donkey of the day. Well, he explained to you why he called you the donkey of the day. He explained that to you. And now he's trying to get some answers from you. And you keep skirting around and waiting for daddy to answer. And it's just like, I'm not here for this situation with Monique no more. Monique, all power to you. I love the cause. But I feel like you need to get group with people like you said, Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, Taraji, what's the other one? Carrie. Y'all need to all get together, whoop it. Get together and do this the right way. You doing it a whole separate way, and see those other women that I just named, they are all fighting the same fight that you're fighting, but they're doing it the right way and the smart way because they all still have jobs and people are still hiring them. Okay, and Tiffany Haddish, I think I heard Charlamagne said it. Yeah, and you know Tiffany Haddish may not. Well, I know she's not as funny as Monique. She's definitely not as funny as Monique. But see, Tiffany Haddish is the it girl right now. And that's what Charlamagne was trying to get in her head. You are not the it thing right now.
She keeps saying, if I accept this role, what does the other girls have that's coming after me? Baby, you shipped and sailed.
Her ship sailed a long time ago. After Precious, her ship sailed.
Yeah.
Monique is not getting that. And like Charlamagne said, I don't think Amy Schumer's funny at all.
No.
She's not funny by a long shot. But Amy Schumer is selling out arenas. Monique, you're selling out comedy clubs. Yes, you did the what's that tour with Samore and all of them? Yes, you did that, Queens of Comedy. And yes, that was successful. But that was 17 years ago, and that was an ensemble group. We're talking about something that you did by yourself. You have yet to sell out any arenas by yourself. She does not seem to get it. And I keep, because y'all know how much I love Beyonce. One of these days, Beyonce is not going to be the it girl anymore. She's not. She's not going to be selling out stadiums no more. She's probably not even going to be selling. Oh, maybe she will. But who knows? One of these days, it may happen where she's not selling out these things. And people like me, but I'm just using this as an example. Let me use this as an example. I'm being very generous. But let me just use this as an example. I am being very generous. Because I find that hard, you know, I don't even really believe that.
Because Tina Turner's still getting there.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe. You see, I had to stop and think about it because I said, wait, Tina's still doing it. She is, and she's almost 80. But what I'm saying is, if that were to happen, people like me and people like Beyonce would have to come to that realization that your ship has sailed, Beyonce. You are no longer that it girl anymore. So therefore, you have to realize that you are not going to be banking in and getting the coins that you were getting in 2018, and come 2040, the year 2040, you're not going to be banking in what you were making at in 2018. You see what I'm saying? You were able to sell $700 to $800 concert tickets in 2018. In 2040, people probably be like, Beyonce, I'm not paying $400, $700 to see you. Girl, you better take this $80 and call it a fucking day. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's and see, Monique seems to think that she is still on this, oh no, I'm up here and you are, and I love this too, because they still never said it. Charlamagne kept asking them, so if you're not worth $500, what exactly are you worth? And they still couldn't give you a number what they were worth.
I'm going to tell you what Monique is worth. If for a Netflix deal and for what's in that contract, she's worth a good, I would say $3 to $5 million.
Okay.
For that.
And
for 2 years and not working.
And see what I will, and I'm giving Monique this. I'm going to give her this. I'm going to side with her on this, okay? So for those of y'all saying, oh, no, I'm siding with her on this. I listened to her. I didn't know that whole situation where they didn't want her to work for 2 years. And when I heard about them not wanting for her to work for 2 years, I said, oh, well, she has a point. Because $500,000 and you don't want me to work for 2 years, oh, no, you're going to have to opt. Yeah, you're going to have to opt this price. So, yes, I agree with you. $5 million for 2 years, oh, yeah, I think she's definitely worth that. Especially if you don't want her to do anything for 2 fucking years. Yeah, give that woman $5 million. But other than that, Monique, you should be happy that that anybody is offering you any goddamn thing. Now, granted, the $500,000, I feel as though if Netflix wasn't going to give her what she wanted, or that $1 million or $5 million, what she should have did was, instead of coming out and telling people to boycott Netflix, she should have gathered some other folks and said, listen, or went somewhere else and said, listen, I'm trying to do this comedy special, maybe HBO or something like that, and then use what happened with her with Netflix and her skit. So then we could have found out that way, rather than you coming out and saying, oh, boycott Netflix, because now it's a whole thing. Because I do believe that had she been able to prove her worth, maybe not on Netflix but somewhere else, Netflix would have then called her back and said, all right, well, we'll give you that $5. You see what I'm saying? But it's all about proving what you are worth. And I feel like Monique has not, in 8 years, she keeps saying Almost Christmas, but you were not the star in Almost Christmas. No. Almost Christmas was an ensemble cast that had Gabrielle Union, Danny Glover. Who else was in it?
Some guy named Jesse T. Usher, Smooth, what's his name?
Hello? Yes, because someone called this number.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, JB Smooth. I ain't gonna look at the list, but it's JB Smooth, Danny Glover, Gabrielle Union.
It's an ensemble cast.
Yeah, it is. It's like 10 people in it.
Yeah.
So,
but Monique is tooting on
like she was the star of the movie,
and everybody came to see it because of me. Yes. That's like me saying everybody's watching.
Even Kimberly Elise, and I love Kimberly Elise.
But that's like everybody is saying. That's like me saying everybody's coming to watching the Scorpion show because of me.
All right,
that's not the case. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's what she's doing, and it's like, come on, Monique, come on.
So I love her. And if she do a comedy special, you damn right I'm gonna watch. If she make a movie, yes, I'm going to go see the movie. I just don't agree with her acting like she's the grand dame, and she's not right now. Right now it's Tiffany's turn. And you know what? When you think about it, when it comes to comedy, there hasn't really been like a black female that's been on top of the comedy game. And Monique, you're using your accolades as an actress to go after Netflix money. We want to know what you've done as a comedian, not what you have won all these awards. You won all of those awards for acting, and that was dramatic. Now, what can you do that's comedic? Like, I want you to go on tour. I would love for Monique to go on tour. Monique go on tour, I'll go. It's not like I don't like her. I just don't like this person that I'm seeing right now.
Right. Because she's very funny.
Yeah, and she was very condescending talking to Charlamagne.
She was very condescending.
And again, she wants to be all in this black hood sisterhood thing, and sweetie and baby and sugar. That's
and my sweet love. Yeah, she's very condescending with using that. And I wish I had a chance to interview her on this show, because I would tell her that. Don't you think you're just a little condescending? Because me personally, I wouldn't want nobody to call me my love and my sweet love. Especially when we're having a serious conversation, because now I feel like you're being condescending.
Because my sister Amy Schumer didn't say nothing yet. Yeah. Amy Schumer probably going to put your ass in a skit.
Okay? And then that's when she'll become funny.
Count her coin. Don't count my coins.
Well, which one is mine? Oh, the top one is mine.
I guess.
No, it isn't.
The top this time.
Well, let's not act like you've ever been on the top.
Well, speaking of tops, everybody is going jungle crazy for Safaree. And, I mean, from last night into today, people are still tweeting about it. People are still going off. I can only imagine what his inbox is looking like from men and women. Because I don't know how it got out. I don't care how the video got out. There's a video of Safaree and his Safaree on the swing. This swinging. And,
heavy.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the girls said. That it was huge and big, and, you know, that it's nothing like they never seen, and it was curved like a banana, and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, Safaree said, he broke the internet last night with a video. I don't know who leaked it. I don't care. It's not going to hurt his career. I'm sure.
What? Career.
Yeah, just like Black. I mean, he's seen with Black China guy and it wasn't successful. So he said, I can make some damn noise.
Okay.
Yes.
He made a lot of noise.
Yes, it just said. It just came out like this.
So, let me ask you.
Yes. Please don't go there, because I don't know how I'm gonna respond, and I don't know. There's a lot of new people watching. I don't want them to judge me. Y'all have to go back to the old stuff. And I'm still sober. Maybe if you ask me on Wednesday.
Please don't ask me. Don't ask me. Because I don't know how I'm going to respond.
Wait, yes, because I don't.
Wait, because usually I get a hell no. But now, you don't know how you're going to respond.
Yes, because I mean, I've seen some Safarees in my life. And I've been on a couple. You know? But I'm just... There you have it. You know,
let me tell you something.
But it's not a fun trip at first.
Hey!
You know?
Let me tell you something. That type of trip, you got to pay me. You got to pay me to go. Okay?
No, you're not paying that, right? They're paying you.
Let me tell you something. You want me to do what?
Baby, I done seen. Like, you know, you've been there, done that kind of... But, I mean, these girls acting like they never...
Never.
What is going on with y'all?
Yeah. Who? Y'all
just let anybody...
Okay?
Dibbling, dabbling. Never mind.
You ain't never seen something like that. You better come to Philly. We got them walking all around here.
But they all in New York.
Well,
and they just take a trip to Jamaica or one to the islands.
Listen, I'm not going to nobody's island. I was a little skeptical when.
Wait,
be quiet, Mikhail. Shut up.
Say it.
No, because I was on a cruise.
Ooh. And I know why you probably was skeptical.
Yeah. You right. No. Wait, where's the piece of paper?
Oh, you tried it. You know, but you never do that. Yeah. You're never supposed to. You gotta make sure it's clean. You know? If y'all wanted to hear what he was talking about.
No!
So yeah, I mean,
you know, ships are big.
Yeah.
You can pull somebody in.
You know what? I'm trying to think. No, I didn't do nothing on the cruise. I mean, I think that would be fun.
I love cruises, and I can't wait to go on mine in December.
With your boo.
Well, I ain't never been on no cruise with no boo.
You never know. Before December comes, you never know what's going on.
Well, I can't go on no cruise with no boo now. This is my friend's birthday cruise.
And you take.
We're sharing a room together.
Yeah.
I can't just.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can't just dump my
You know,
friends.
some friends get down. You know.
No, we don't.
Not your.
No.
Okay, I was just saying. So yeah. So Nicki Minaj, everybody's saying why she could see why she stayed with Safaree. And you know what? Safaree needs to get paid. Because he put up with a whole lot.
He needs to get paid. He needs to be on back page if you want to get paid.
He don't even need to get on that. Because I mean, all he got to do is, it's already there now.
But you?
No. First of all, I don't need that in my life.
Listen.
Fuck up my life.
You don't need that kind of drama in your life.
I have enough going on.
I have enough going on in
Mind you know what surprised me?
What?
And you know what I'm talking about. Everybody helped this time. Everybody. From the top floor.
All
the way.
Because the last time I talked to you, it was just...
everybody.
After that... Oh, wow.
Yes.
I know that's right. Bro, even Crybaby.
Everybody.
Oh,
no, what? And that one claim I'm gonna do. But you know what? When my friend was preaching yesterday, I mean, you just ever sometimes just wonder why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why I got to do this? Why I got to do that? But it was just, I ain't even getting emotional right now.
That's God testing you.
After we just talking about that Safaree, I can't be crying. But it was just so good. Then he was talking about how people can stab you in the back, and not even just your not just your friends, your own family. And
let me ask you something, Ryan. The church that he preached at, that's not the church that he's a pastor of, right?
No, he doesn't have a church home yet.
Oh, he just was installed at that particular church.
Yeah.
So he's looking to. He's looking for a church.
He has
that
a
he can
ministry
pastor
name, but you know his congregation will go to different churches and he'll speak.
Got it. So but he's still looking for. Basically, he's looking for a church who's looking for a pastor to bring him
or have his own facility where people can come.
But but it's not big enough. His
not yet. Yeah. But I mean, I will go every Sunday if I've never had a friend who preaches,
and he's good.
Yeah, he's good, and it's like two different people. I just was like, oh my God.
It's nothing like hearing the good.
And I mean, he had that church.
It's nothing like hearing the good. I gotta link up with him because maybe we can invite him to my church to preach one Sunday.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. And how old is he? He's young.
He's about 30. No. Him and Charles the same age. They like a week apart.
30.
Yeah, about to be 30.
Because maybe I can talk to my pastor about for him coming for Youth Sunday when they youth anniversary. Yeah. Yep. That'd be good.
Yep, and he had everybody on his feet. Now you know me, I'm not just gonna jump up and stuff, but I was feeling it in my seat.
I was clapping. Yeah, let me tell you something. I love hearing a good word.
Yes.
I listened to this, but sorry to cut you off, but this is Bishop on the late Bishop G.E. Patterson. There's hundreds of his sermons on YouTube, and I mean, it's one of those things, like, I literally find myself binge watching his sermons. I mean, dating way back in the early 80s, all the way up until his death in 07. I mean, he preached his ass off. Mm-hmm. It ain't nothing like hearing, and then there's nothing like hearing a preacher preach, and you can just feel it all in you, and that's when you know that God is moving and God is speaking, because it's like, I love it. So maybe I know, right? Or something. It's so good, and I really, really admire preachers, especially good preachers, because I love a good preacher who studies the word. They study the word. They spend time with God. They get deep all into that Bible. You know,
all right. Woo! All right. I'm getting chills. Okay, we gotta chill. Look at that.
Then they start preaching, and then you start feeling. Because yesterday, when our pastor was preaching, I kept yelling out. He said, "Yeah, that's what I said." I said, "You sure did." That's when you know the sermon's good.
I know.
When you start talking back to the preacher, you better go ahead and.
Because I'm feeling it, y'all, and I just can't stop shaking.
And I kept saying,
all right.
I just kept saying, I can't wait to get to church on Sunday. And I got there yesterday, and I had me a good old time.
I don't even want to talk about it. Let's
moving on.
Ooh.
So yeah, Brian. Does he have an Instagram or anything?
Yeah.
Because I can reach out to him and I, see. I want to hear him first.
I got it. We got to change this. Change for life. So
change for life.
Yeah. CH. I think he spells it the different way.
Change.
CHNG for. Yeah, let me look at my phone.
Sorry, y'all. I just want to find him real quick. And that's how churches get to fellowship too. When different, you know what I mean? That's how you do it. Change. Oh, he spells it that way. Changed for life.
He looked like he was crying or something. Ready for the day to be over.
I'm spelling. Wait.
Yeah, I'm spelling. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So what else we had on this? Elderly abuse. Before we get out of here, there's a 82-year-old woman who recently committed suicide. She was told that she won a sweepstakes, and all she needed to do was pay the fees and taxes on
the money. And which were?
They didn't say how much she had won, but it ended up being her whole entire life savings.
Let me see if I can find this. Huh? And she fell for that?
Well,
no, there is no well.
When you 82, I don't know if you're in your right state of mind or not.
Well, then if you're not in your right state of mind, then you shouldn't be playing nobody's sweepstakes. Or you shouldn't. You should.
Somebody they be frauding people and lying to them, and that's why I be answering the phone like. First of all,
but to spend your whole life savings, Kevin, come on. At some point, when do you wake up?
I don't know.
Because can I just say this real quick?
I'm not sure how they got into it. Maybe because when you give out your check number or.
But see, and this is one of the reasons why I spend, and a lot of y'all know this. I spend a lot of time around a lot of old people. I do. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. Not all old people is as naive as that. I know some old people who are like, hell no. Goodbye, click. Like, I just don't understand how, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, I went to go visit, and y'all know my girlfriend, Mother Hinton from church. She's about to be 95 in April. I went to go see her yesterday, where she lives at, and I mean, she got up out of that bed, literally jumped out of the bed, after her daughter helped her with her shoes, jumped out of that bed and walked across the room, no walker, no cane, no nothing, walked across the room. Mind you, she just broke her hip 2 years ago, but she's fully walked across that room with no help, no nothing, grabbed that box of KFC chicken, and then walked back to her wheelchair and sat in and opened it and started eating.
I know
it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, fucking, not all old people are naive and you know what I mean? And Mother Hinton's one of those people, she ain't going for that bullshit. I'll let you know right now. She told this lady the other day, you stole my remote and you're going to bring it back in my room.
Oh my God.
And the lady brought it back too. But the lady didn't bring it back. She sent one of the guys to bring it back. You can't go around in his home talking to people like that. And she told her, if you don't, I'm going to do something to you.
Ooh,
and her daughter told her, you can't say stuff like that to people now. And she said, well, I got it back. Right. But what I'm saying is, and you know you ain't doing nothing for nobody, you're 94. Sit down. About as big as a damn stick. But what I'm saying is, at some point, we have to use our brains. Like, I feel like at this point, if anybody is calling you and telling you this is what we need from you and it's financial, have a nice day. You don't need nothing from me.
Definitely have to be careful because anybody can be getting these old people. Yeah. And y'all don't know how many different fucking cities call my house every day. And I just be like, put us on a do not call list. Do not call list. I wish there was a way that we could just get rid of the house phone. Yeah. Period. But we need a house phone. There's too many people calling and just, we'll sign you up with this from insurance. We'll sign you up for that. And I'm like, my mom is fine. Can y'all, like, no matter how many times you tell them stop calling, they'll keep calling. Oh, we're buying diabetic test strips. Oh, listen, stop calling my house. They'll just call for anything. Call. Oh, we're calling because we know we can give you the lowest thing on your energy. I'm like, Mom, how many different energy providers is like you gotta
You have to stop. Right. And see, people stop. Yeah, people in their position, they don't like to be, and that's why you need people running. But you know what, Deacon Womble, and I'm saying Deacon Womble like y'all know him, but Deacon Womble at my church, he says it all the time. When you have when you have elderly people in your family, whether they still live at home or if they're in a nursing home, you have to go visit them. Because if you don't visit them, guarantee you, people are paying attention to that.
Yeah.
If you have loved ones in a nursing home, they pay attention to who comes up there to see them, people, and how often they come up.
And that's how they treat them.
And that's how they treat them. Ain't nobody coming up here to see them, so I can talk to them any kind of way. I can do what I want to them. And the same thing with people, elderly people living at home. People on the block notice who's coming to visit them, and when they notice that ain't nobody really coming, then they'll start trying to get close to these old people, and then they'll start trying to get their information. You have to stay on top of visiting elderly people in your family, because if you don't, this is what happens. People prey on them. They are very, very vulnerable. They really are. Even the strongest ones are vulnerable. Like, you have to, because it's so... and I actually just found this story too. Can I read it real quick? It says, on Thursday, one woman spoke to the U.S. Justice Department about the scam that hit her family. This woman was brought to tears as she told of her 82-year-old grandmother who lost all of her money to a con artist. Her grandmother was so devastated by the scam, she committed suicide. The woman goes on to say, it pains me to say this, but she took her life because of this incident. She didn't hold, because of this incident. These individuals preyed on her and on her good heart. Her grandmother was named Marjorie Earl Jones. What should have been some of the best years, the last chapter of her life, was taken from her. She was robbed in every sense. Her grandmother fell prey to a sweepstakes scam, as many have reported to 7 on... Okay, whatever. Jones ultimately sent all of her money to scammers and later had to borrow money from family members. So that means that this didn't just happen one time, Kevin. This happened multiple times.
I don't know how you send all of your money.
That's because she's doing it in multiple times. You see what it says? She sent all of her money to scammers and later had to borrow money from family members, meaning this didn't just happen in one instance. This was something that was going on over and over again.
I'm sure. I don't even know how she did that. Because first, I don't even trust the publishing's clearing house. I don't trust none of that.
Did we just have a conversation about somebody asking me for money?
Yeah. But you know who's real good? Them Nigerian people. Well, I shouldn't say that, but they are. Those Nigerian scam bitch, they are good. Bitch, your mother's girlfriend Tamika died, and we left her $5 million.
Let me tell you something. I have this type of mom. My mom is this type of person. Every time something pops up on the news, the nightly news about scammers and ATMs and things, my mom automatically calls me and my sister or texts us, stop using. Because my mom was one of those people, she don't like for you to use your debit card. When you get paid, take money out out the bank that you may need, and that's that. Don't be swiping, because you know.
Yes, they will get your ass.
But then she's also the type of person, my mom says, if somebody call your phone and you got to say hello more than once, hang up.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And every time that happens, I hang up.
Yeah. You supposed to. Yeah. Be like, hello.
Don't be doing that. Hello.
Hang it up, because they not playing somebody on the other line. That's how I be at.
Listen, and I'll sit there and I'll watch you tell your mom that too. Because she'll sit there, hello. And then she'll find the remote, turn that down, hello. If you don't hang up that fucking phone, you say hello one more time, hang it up. There's nobody on that damn phone. Yeah. They done got your social security card, your mortgage payment, and your taxes by the time you got to that third hello.
Yes.
Hang it up. Yeah, you're right. See, your mother's somebody who needs somebody with her at all times.
Hang.
Because if y'all all moved out of this house will be gone by the time you came back the following week.
Yeah.
And she'll be sitting out here just on the sofa.
She might just do it with everybody. You never know.
Yeah.
And I want her to do. I said, you need to. Never.
Don't do it because it's not
going to say it on camera. Yeah. But yeah. Because sometimes it is stressful, y'all. But yeah, but on that phone thing, y'all, you just gotta pay attention to who calling. Look at that caller ID.
Yeah.
Like, because you just never know. And then the thing is though, these people be defying on the phone. Like, no, we're helping you with the best part. Get off this phone.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah, because she admits now that she doesn't handle that stuff. She lets me handle it. So you know, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
But I just be like, no, we don't need it. Get off the phone.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. Don't talk to me. Don't
they got him
answer.
to change some stuff with the cape. I'm like,
Yeah, and he fell for it. Well, they belong together.
you know, I
Listen,
can't be the
they
big
both
sis
gonna lose the
forever.
house together.
You know what? Don't say that.
It's the blind leading the blinds.
I'm not gonna say nothing else. Stop. You know, it's too much going on.
Too much going on in here.
So this is what this we got one more video. I mean, we got for the sponsors. Wednesday, 6 p.m. You're gonna be here.
Yes.
All right. 6 p.m.
Next Wednesday, right?
This Wednesday. That you tried it. Next Wednesday is March. Can you believe that it's already March? And then in 2 weeks we're gonna be. What's going on? What is this? What is this? This Angela Bassett. No.
Is that a man?
Don't do that. But is it? You know what? We are not going to do this today.
No, we're not.
Because
it's not funny.
I just can't. What did I tell y'all the last time we had this conversation? My mother told me, you be the best, whatever you get.
And she's big.
Lies! Safaree's Anaconda don't. No, you don't want that.
No, you don't want that. No, you don't want that.
You don't even want that, do you?
What am I gonna do with that?
I know. Don't be mad. I would post some pictures, but y'all don't need to see me.
Y'all
going
need
on.
to say, yeah.
No, y'all don't. But can before I get out of here, if you have not caught up on the Shy, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Last night was one of those episodes where I was like, oh my God. Like, Lena, y'all be fucking my head up because as soon as you think something about to happen, then the fucking credits come up. Y'all gotta stop doing that. And then
But that's what keeps
we
people
want
coming back.
we want our whole 45 for season 2. Don't give us 45 minutes. We want a whole hour.
Well, the episode that I'm gonna be on is they need to have it a whole hour.
Yeah, because this is where you get killed at the end. You're gonna find out who killed
Who killed JR?
Quadir. Who killed Quadir?
Who killed JR?
Stop it. Hey, wasn't that a thing? Who shot JR?
Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I heard that.
Years.
before.
They're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I wasn't alive when that happened, but
Oh,
it was the
calm
biggest
down.
thing. What happened? No, you're older than me. You're slightly older than me. I
Who
remember.
killed JR?
I don't know, and I don't care. But I know that show. I heard that show was popping back in the day.
You know, JR's
It was one
mother
of
was
the
Peter
nighttime
Pan.
soap operas. Don't do that.
She was.
I don't know.
She was. Peter
I
Pan.
don't know. If she was Peter Pan, Peter.
She was.
I don't know.
The man who played JR in Dallas, his mother was Mary Martin, who was the original Peter Pan back in the day.
So a woman played Peter Pan back in the day.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yes, a woman played Peter Pan back in the day.
I
It
didn't
was
know.
so much so that people thought that Peter Pan was gay.
Don't do that.
I'm just schooling him right now. That's no
Well, I'm glad to learn something new. You know.
You know?
So at the end of this year, how many movie roles will Monique secure?
Oh, child.
Will she be a part of another ensemble cast?
Huh?
She will be a part of another ensemble cast.
Who knows?
Oprah said, "I don't stoop to those low energies."
Okay.
That's why you never
See?
meet negative energy with negative energy.
Mary Martin is Peter Pan. I told you. She was. She was the original Peter Pan. And she was the mother of JR. No, was it Texas or Dallas? Who shot? Yeah, it was
Dallas.
yeah, Dallas. I'm talking about was it Texas or Dallas? Yeah, and that was her son.
So
Yeah,
was he
both were
killed
actors.
or he just got shot?
In the show, he got shot. I think he got
didn't
shot.
die.
I don't know if he got died or anything. But yeah, that was her son.
Yeah, and that's Dallas trivia for you guys. Anything
I'm
else
trying
we
to read
got?
English.
Anything else we want to add? That was like the biggest cliffhanger thing.
That's when they used to make good television
Yes,
shows. They don't
yes.
make good television. Now everything is a reality show.
No, it's good television now. Not like back in the day television where people were actually watching television.
And wanted to know who shot him.
Yes. I mean, just period. Who's on TV? Like, I remember the biggest thing who shot somebody. Remember they were like, who did Maggie Simpson shoot? I remember that. And they had a whole contest and shit like that.
Wait, who what?
When Mr. Burns got shot, who did
Mr. Verne.
Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Mr. Burns got shot. You
I
don't
ain't watched
remember
The
that being
Simpsons
like a big
that.
thing?
Well, that's because they got it from jail.
I know. But, bitch, I still didn't. I would have never thought that it was Maggie that shot fucking Mr. Burns. I don't know how many people got
It's
killed.
always the person that you least expect.
Mm-hmm.
And that was this.
So who's going to be the next host on the Queen's Court?
Who's still doing the Queen's Court? Madison or Kaya?
Maddie.
Well, then it should just be Maddie.
Just her by herself?
Just her by herself.
No court jesters
No.
or no bailiffs?
No court clowns.
There you have it. We're going to go. Y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all Wednesday and Thursday with some new videos. If you have not sponsored our channel, or if you have not subscribed to our channel, or if you unsubscribe, subscribe. Subscribe back. And if you have not sponsor our channel. We'll see you Wednesday, and we'll see you Thursday, and we're out of here. Peace.
No,
I tried to photobomb, but it didn't work.
You did, but it didn't.
All right. And you're not cute.
And you're not.